How is your Friday evening so far? Well, you know, it's a season of politics. Have you seen Dr. Keith Rowley or opposition leader Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa lately? And some of the issues that they are discussing in their campaign trail, you know, they have discussed some of the most important issues facing our nation, including all of them are on the plan for economic recovery, healthcare, better healthcare, pandemic preparedness, and much more. What is on the line for election? What determines that a government take charge? Is it our values, our decency, our ability to lead with empathy? There is so much at stake on August 10th. It's all hands on deck for the final 17 days to the race for power. Where are your hands? What influences your vote? Is it crime? Is it the handling of the COVID pandemic? Is it laptop miners? Healthcare at the public health institutions? Our nation's roadway? Water supply? Where are your hands? Are they on deck or not? We have a couple interviews lined up during the course of this program today for the 24th of July. But before we do so, we welcome your calls, of course, to the listeners out there who are tuned in and locked in to 975 FM. Welcome. You can call me in on 636-7547 or 227-5739. You can also WhatsApp me on 378-4975. Let us go to the lines right away. Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to you, Anne.
Hello, Mr. Bank Village.
I am just concerned about the Guyana election. But any news?
Well, I have been doing some research on that, and there's not much of change since yesterday. Yes.
God help.
It's frightening to think if we would end up in that situation.
And I really hope not. And I think that our people, our leaders, regardless of what fence they're on, they are responsible and they will do the right thing when the right thing is called. Because the people, the voice of the people...
you know, patience is running very thin in Guyana, eh?
Well, as I said before, I really hope that everything, you know, work out before any more problem. Because Guyana come from a long way.
Of course. You know, the prolonged electoral crisis in Guyana, it has the potential to leave the country in isolation.
I'm telling you, I mean, in the end of the day, that is reality. And if a man concerned about power and he lose, I mean, if you lose, take your pieces and walk out a man and walk out like a man. You understand? Jack David did the same thing and he walked out like a man. Well, that is the
race for power, which is what I introduced the show about. Why they latch on to power like that?
You know,
is it the term? Is it the title? What? I
believe the title and what come after it, you know, in the end of the day. And they're watching that oil and they feel that, hey, we cannot give up that. You understand? And I believe the bigger picture is about the people in the country, and they should try and hold Guyana and bring it back up, you know, and try the best to do the right thing.
Well, you know, the ruling party, they have continuously undermined the country's democratic principles.
And I mean, Mr. Granger, you be a man and walk away now. Gosh, it's about a time. You know, your time in expire. Anyhow,
I'm seeing now that the OAS is intervening, the Organization of American States, the Commonwealth of Nations, CARICOM.
But the amount of people intervene, and that man, like he not listening. You understand? So.
Well, his action defy his own utterances.
Yeah, and then the U.S. coming down and all on them and all. I mean, in the end of the day, let us talk about our country. I believe that the people in this country would not give the PNM opportunity again because they had it and they didn't do nothing with the country. And I mean nothing. Because we cannot say that the COVID, they handled the COVID. I said it before, I don't want to repeat it. You understand? The people had soft to the people them. You understand? Listen to the international and do exactly what they're supposed to do, and today thing. And then also, we was expecting that, because in the end of the day, they say the heat, you understand, this, avoid it from spreading. You understand? Now the rainy season is here, the coldness is here, so I hope that people take the right thing and keep away, do the honorable thing. You understand? If you're not feeling well, stay home and relax yourself. You understand? Call in and say something. But the country will watch on the performance of the People's National Movement from 2015 to now. The people will watch from 2010 to 2015, and they will see. You understand? And then the PNM take it now in the range of power and promise the people them. And you cannot promise the people the same thing that you promised them in 2015. You understand? Nobody's going to listen to you, because I hear Mr. Rowley saying that it's foolishness that you want to use them. Foolishness. The reason why the close down carrying limited is because the U.S. and the other how you call it again, would it be helping all the sugar? What is his name? I can't remember, but anyway, let us go on. They stop spending the money, and that's one of the reasons why the Manning administration and the Rowley when he was there is that they closed down carrying limited, and Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa is talking foolishness. But I believe that the people in this country will understand that I am not taking for my party, but when my party speak on 2010 to 2015, we have been deliver every corner of this country. And today the PNM is in power with this more money and almost more money, should I say more money? And they have not tell the people them or show the people them what they do with taxpayers' money. So you cannot promise me the moon and the star now and expecting me to believe it, and you understand? So I will give other people an opportunity to call in and talk.
Okay, thank you, Bank Village. Listen to my comments off air on Guyana versus Trinidad, and if we could end up there, suspensions from these organizations would damage the international reputation of Guyana, or it is almost beyond repair, right? And as former Prime Minister Bruce Golden recently said, if the electoral crisis ended immediately, it will take institutional change and more than a generation to rebuild Guyana's image within the international community. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
I don't know if I seen the wrong news or what. The fellow who's supposed to get the result, the charging for fraud, they're in court right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't know if you guys are old news or new news. I feel it's new news because the charges for taking all the voters there from the list are not giving the result. So I leave it up to see that if it's the real news or if I fake news. I don't know. But as far as I see...
Do you think Trinidad could end up like Guyana?
Who is it?
Do you think we can end up in the same fate?
Who will?
Yes.
We could have ended up 2010 or 2015 in the same thing because every 5 years she fight the calling election and she take her additional 3 months. And she called the election and they said that the constitution says so. So she was fighting a call and she wanted to control because she realized she would lose the election. So she take her extra 3 months and she take wheelbarrow and move on where she could move out. Or she take van or something and move on where she could move out. So, we could have ended up in the same thing between 2010 and 2015 if she had good support. So, what people are talking, but right now we can't end up in the same thing because according to Rowley, people are lost to cry over. You understand? And today now, anyway, let me tell Bank Village if they want to hear what the PNM do and what the PNM is saying, listen to the meeting Saturday. They have a meeting in Carolina, Shagwana East. Listen to the meeting and they will hear everything what the man saying, what they do in 5 years, how much money they spend, what they went and do, what they didn't do. So, all you listen to the meeting and all you just compare it between 2010 and 2015. 2010 we had over $100 and something for oil. We went to zero for oil in this country. We had to do certain things. But listen to the meeting and you're going to get all the information. You see, some of them want to only talk and then listen to the meeting. They're reading, they may go through no script, they may do nothing. But I don't know. I am telling you that I'll wait for the last week and I'll get the result. How much the PNM will get and how much the UNC will get. Later than that.
Okay, thank you. You're making your prediction then. Well, you know, beyond these organizations, I was speaking about like the OAS and CARICOM and so on. You know, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, as the most senior CARICOM leader, who words carry heavily and widely in the Caribbean, he have argued that the community will not be indifferent or detached from Guyana's situation. Let's hear this caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, and the
Welcome.
honorable ladies who is there
Hello.
with you today.
I am here alone for now.
Oh, you're the Lone Ranger. You're near Toronto.
I'm here with you.
All right, good. Listen to me. I hear it have a big fire down in Point Lisa. Is that so?
Oh, well, that didn't reach me as yet. I am in studio. I don't know. I will
Right,
check
yeah,
it.
because I've seen a video circulation. It looked like a huge one. And usually when you see huge fires like that,
It's cause for concern.
What comes to a conspiracy theorist like myself, somebody wants to remove the evidence. I'd say no more. No. I'm hearing that Lieutenant Kuso, and you know what I'm talking about, a.k.a. MOH, right, saying on a Facebook post, apparently, that his daughter has COVID. Right?
Yes, I read about that, and people say he should not use his ministerial
What I
post
want
for
to
sympathy.
Ask him now, is that a genuine post or somebody hacking me?
Well, it seems to be a genuine post.
No, you understand where I'm going with it?
Yeah, he made that
Because-
statement.
Because I want to know, because I hear all kind of things. He didn't want to tell people who are COVID and all kind of things. Now he's telling people. Now we have a lot of citizens outside there and they can't afford it. And we had to ask them if they were well off and they're surviving and they're having food. Because we're looking out a lot of we citizens, you know, and saying we're preventing them from coming back to prevent infection locally. No, the other thing I'm hearing in the Sawa Anguez area, they're closing a lot of shops and stores and things like that. And it appears that is one of the persons who from the neighboring South
That
American
area.
Right. So that is sending some flutters through a lot of people. If that is so, I don't want to prejudice the people who come in here for survival and things like that. But if that is so, we have to take a big pin and stick it on small pin chest because he ain't looking down the borders. He gave Delcy a green card, and it looked like when Delcy was going back, because she had the flu and they allowed she to come in, Nobody can deny that. Delcy had the flu. And then all of them people who come with she, did we take samples and test them and quarantine them? No, we allowed them to come in, and we were playing brave and hero. The thing is, the 40,000 of them inside here, if we basically did any testing with them, we in a real, it looked like the curve was flat again, you know. You understand? The curve looked like it make a turn to basically because 1, 2, 3 days, and we get 3.
Wow.
And we still struggling to find out.
Well, we don't know how much of them have come in when they come in illegally through the
But my
borders.
point is, you're not doing random sampling testing.
That is
We
it.
don't
They should
have an idea
they
what
should
it
do
is.
random community testing.
Right. So if you're testing, you won't have no curve, and that is what they're singing praise about.
You know how you
Flattening the
go-
curve without even knowing if there was a potential curve.
Caller, you know, long ago how they used to go into villages and test for yellow fever and test for this
We-
and that.
We should have.
We should have that.
Down in the Southwestern Peninsula, we should have had a testing facility
Particularly there.
right by the immigration office, because we have fishermen going and doing trade and coming back. And we should have had the 14 Damien vessels they have parked up there for no diesel and things like that. Remember? we
12,
didn't use them.
that is part of the issue I want to deal with today. As we speak, I'll be chatting with Harry Ragunanan on them. 12
Right.
vessels.
Okay, good. But I'll
Yes.
come back in because something is radically wrong with this government for leaving the border open. Were they intentionally done to facilitate the influx of the refugees? There was a payback on arrangement. We still ain't see the minister of meeting yet, you know. Everything was done in closed doors.
Behind closed
and
doors.
whispering in the airs.
Yes.
Okay, and one of the things they whisper, the ball traffic who are and patriotic must sign a deal. I got.
Okay, thank you, caller. Well, it's 12. You know, several callers asked me earlier in the week about the 12 vessels and their capacity. Well, I've done my research on them and I've brought the information to you, and I have maritime expert Harry Ragunan, and we'll be explaining some of the details on those vessels a little later on in the program. But let's hear this caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
One thing I can't understand. Roger say after the deal is signed, before the election, he will tell the people how to vote. I don't know what kind of rubbish is that. Thank you.
Now, Roger say a lot of things, sir. 636-7547. Hello, good afternoon.
And let me get a minute, please.
Quickly.
I am not blind. I am not blind and I'm not deaf. Thank God for it. And Mr. Rowley, I didn't listen to the meeting, my friend. I seen, I hearing, and I've been looking around, my brother. They do nothing for this country, my friend. And I ain't think that Mr. Rowley come through his mouth and stick with a pinch of salt, my friend. Because he started in 2010 and he continued the same thing, and he get into office and he continued the same thing over and over. I thank you.
All right, thank you. 636-7547, 227-5739. Call in before we go to a short commercial break. I also asked the question, why do people put themselves up for public office, and when you call them for an interview, their phone is either switched off and you can't get in contact with them? What will happen when they do get into office? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne, and how are you?
Very well.
Well, I want to say, I don't listen to no PNM meeting because they're going backward instead of they're going forward. And they're not talking about the future, about building the future. They're only talking about people who not running the country. They're talking about the people. And I stupidness. Focus on what you're doing in your job. You didn't want the job. You said 20,000 people vote for you, and you don't even know one of them. And what are you fighting for now? You're fighting for and saying this about that one and that one. And everything he do is deal he making. Everything he do is deal. Deal is not a good thing. You see, deal is not a good thing.
Well, Trinidadians have a terminology. They refer to everything as deal.
Deal, but you see, you have to think about...
It's really an arrangement.
Yeah, but deal is not a... I wouldn't use that word deal if I had to go do some business to somebody. I would say as a
deal would look like something is off the hook.
Them weed people and them that we making deal and deal.
For them crime, or in crime you make deal. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But you know, they tend to use that terminology here locally.
Yes, but talk about the future, man. Don't talk about past and what going on. We don't hear about the past. We passed 5 years.
Well, that is why I asked the question to listeners, what influences your vote?
But I really don't know. The little crocodile must get inside the jersey or whatever. And the little tank and the little some water for 2 days. And swimming pool and things for a little while, and all that fooling them up.
Swimming pool, where they get in that?
Where in Lavendale,
okay.
Build that. So that is what fooling them off, and the next. But everybody is stupid, you know, and people are getting wise. A lot of people are getting wiser. They're not remaining stupid because people have lived and they have seen for the past 5 years almost what is happening, and people are looking forward to better things. Who don't want to do what they want to do, that is their business. Let it go their way and they'll find their mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you. It's 20 minutes after the top of the hour. Let us take a short commercial break, and when we come back, much more on Politics 2020.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters, and water pumps. Plus, all parts for Gould, Pentax, and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton, and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM only way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the parties, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Well, finally, I got in contact with Steve Alvarez, the leader of the DPTT, that is the Democratic Party of TNT. Good afternoon, Mr. Alvarez.
Good afternoon.
You are indeed a very difficult person to reach. I've been trying to reach you all day.
That's all. I was in Muruga doing my normal thing, walking and meeting with the people of Muruga and giving them that.
How is your campaigning?
We can do this.
How is your campaigning progressing?
I think it's doing excellent. The people of Muruga and myself, we're all in this together to ensure that Muruga has a voice in the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago.
Not the PNM, not the UNC, the DPTT, the hummingbird symbol, is that right?
So correct. Everybody in Muruga is putting their X right next to the hummingbird because they are happy that this time around it's about the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It's about coming together as Muruga Tableland, our people together.
Right. A lot of our problems lie when we have a lazy public service. I see you mentioned that in a comment there on Facebook. How do we plan to fix that if you should hold that seat?
Well, let's put it this way. Let me explain, especially to the people of Muruga, how this thing works, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We believe that once Muruga has a voice in the Parliament, and the way the Parliament is structured at the moment, as long as the parties in Better United, that's a group of political parties under the Better United, get together, if we should win our seats, then no major political party, the PNM or the UNC, will have the 21 plus votes that's required in the Parliament to pass legislation. So in that way, they must come to us to be able to make laws and to have a budget and whatever has to be done in the Parliament. And it means that the people of Muruga will now have their voice. They will have their chance to say what they want and how they want our nation managed. And when we talk about the public servants, it's general knowledge right now that in order to get anything done, whether it's getting a passport, a driver's license, whatever we need to get in Trinidad and Tobago, once we have to access government service, there's a problem.
It's pathetic.
And we have to, and the reason why I continue is because no political party has ever paid attention to the plight of the public, to the plight of the ordinary voter. And we will bring that focus on the communities to play in the parliament and ensure that there's a restructuring of the public service. Now, let me say also that this is not a very difficult thing to achieve. You would notice under the COVID-19
pandemic, yes.
The pandemic that we have now, you'd realize that how quickly we were able to make changes within the public service. So that right now, if you have to do something in Ministry of Legal Affairs, you can call in, they give you an appointment, and you no longer have to line up and wait. They are now making adjustments where we can pay via credit card or link. So all those things are possible and can be done easily if only we paid attention to the plight of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And we in Moruga Tableland are going to do our part to ensure that not only the voice of Moruga Tableland is heard in the parliament, but that the structured reform that is necessary for a better Trinidad and Tobago occurs in the governance of Trinidad and Tobago.
But traditionally, Moruga Tableland have been either PNM or UNC based seat. Do you see that affecting you?
Well, let's put it this way. Moruga Tableland, from independence to this date, have never been in opposition. We've always voted for the party in power.
Yes.
What we're doing now is, again, instead of voting for the party in power, we are now empowering ourselves. We are saying that because we have the ability and the power to determine how government is managed, we are doing that for Moruga Tableland ourselves now, so that when we go to the parliament, people would have to listen because Moruga Tableland speaks.
You don't have the flair and fancy fair and motorcades and all these things. I read where you said that you don't have money for all these things, paraphernalia and so. But how are you reaching the people? By walking and meeting them door to door?
Well, let's put it this way. I think it's an insult. It's an insult and it's to the people of Trinidad and Tobago to believe that you can convince them to vote for you because you play loud music on a truck or dance or drop a jersey. I think that we have long past that stage. We are people now who would like to vote on substance. We'd like to know what is there for our nation that would cause me to vote for you. So, you see, the PNM and UNC are so stuck into that archaic way of electioneering. They're so stuck into their old way of life that the way they manage is the way they campaign. Inefficient and old-time-ish. But now, we, through social media, will be talking to people. But more importantly, we are...
Hello, are you there? Mr. Alvarez?
By the quality of life. Even the people in the media would say, I've been reading from Alvarez's contribution, which because I make a contribution every week.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he stands for. So there's no question about what Alvarez stands for. So what I'm convinced myself that all my last
We're having a difficulty with the connection, sir. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
You can shift your location a little bit?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay, and we are better there.
Okay, yeah. Are you hearing me better?
Yes, I'm hearing you better now.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I said my life and the type of person I am, it's no most people in Trinidad. I think that's why I don't have to go around and campaign with music and stuff, convince them about anything. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah. So I think the people of Moruga understand that. It's one of their own. And they, once I walk and I talk to them and they're like, okay, we're in this together.
Okay.
So I think that's what has the two major political parties worried. Because now, in spite of their music, in spite of their dancing and flags and all that, the people of Moruga are saying, we are with Alvarez because we're in this together.
They want better representation.
Yes.
Let me ask you one last question. What will be one of the first things you will tackle in Moruga if you were to win that seat?
One of the first things that not only me, but the Better United group of parties have always pledged to do is to return governance to the communities. And so, through a simple vote in the parliament, a simple majority vote in the parliament, we are going to restructure local government so that it becomes pertinent to the delivery of goods and services to the people of every constituency. Because we always talk about local government reform, and as soon as the election is over,
it goes through the door.
King and queen politics.
Hmm.
So we are saying we're ending this era of king and queen politics, and we're into community governance through local government reform.
Mr. Alvarez, thank you for your time. We will keep in contact with you before the general election. I will certainly call you back to see how your campaign is progressing.
Well, thank you, my good lady. Thank you, Trinidad.
All the best and take care. That's the voice of Steve Alvarez, the leader of the Democratic Party for Trinidad and Tobago, who is part of the Better United group, the DPTT, and their symbol is that of the hummingbird. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
I just want to plead with you, right? And the government. It's 2 months now, very food here, right?
Hello, lower the volume on your radio, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, now?
Yes.
I say it's 2 months now, I'm getting a food here, June and July, right?
June and July, you didn't receive your food card.
Yeah, every time I call.
And who is your member of parliament?
Still, I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Which area do you live in?
Orapun.
Orapun?
Yeah.
That would be what, Oropuch West?
Eh?
Oropuch, is it Dr. Munilal?
No, Orapun.
Yes.
To the airport, yeah.
Oh, Orapun, of that area.
Yeah.
You don't know who your MP is?
I don't know who is the MP. I don't know nothing. Because
Well, who did you vote for last time in the election?
For me?
Yes.
I never gone vote. I never gone vote.
Well, my advice to you is the first thing is to find out who your MP is, your member of parliament, and visit their office. They will have the power to check that for you.
All right.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let us take a short commercial break because it's just after 3:30, and after that we will be right back.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations. Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name with a PNM pen, a PNM pen. I want you sign my name with a PNM pen. We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
25 minutes before the top of the hour. Remember, coming up at 4 p.m. is your major news update right here on 975 FM. For that caller who called me earlier and did not know who her member of parliament is, Ma'am, Oropon Gardens fall under St. Augustine. And the member of parliament there would have been Prakash Ramada, who is no longer going up for office. But I am sure there is a St. Augustine office where you can visit, because there will be persons campaigning in that area in St. Augustine. In fact, Khadija Amin is the person going up for the United National Congress for St. Augustine. So probably you can find that office and visit her. You know, politicians and the height of their campaign, they're willing to do almost anything for you, you know. You should take advantage of that opportunity and visit the office and see if you can get help. Let them know that you have not received your food card for over 2 months. And probably you might just get lucky. You never know. That is St. Augustine. I'm trying to find the PNM representative here who is going up for that seat. As I get it, Renuka Sagram Singh Suklal, someone who I've been trying to reach a while to bring on this program, but have been unsuccessful in doing so. Her phone keeps going to voicemail. But probably, ma'am, you should visit either the PNM or the UNC office for St. Augustine and see if you can get through there. Probably they will be willing to help you. Good afternoon, welcome.
Anne.
Hello.
There's on the MPs, you know, that imagine after serving my community for, I think St. Augustine was in the UNC seat.
Yes, Prakash
After
Ramada.
serving my community for 5 years, that means I didn't walk through my constituency. I didn't meet everybody, because had I been in touch with my community, they must know that I am Prakash Ramada and I am the MP, sitting MP for there.
Exactly. Imagine this woman did not know.
That national figure.
She didn't know who her member of parliament was.
Right. So if he's a national figure, the people in the constituency aim aware somebody that is more than our service left much with these sides on both sides of the defense.
Both sides. That is why I tell her to visit both offices, both the UNC and the PNM.
Right. But yesterday I was in the library and I was kind of like shocked to see that the Miss Oliver office was closed. I was in the library about 5 after 5:30. I said,
well, remember, she is no longer going up for that seat.
Yeah, but Miss things.
The new representative probably has his own office.
Well, they have an office, but the official MP office should be open. And I want to have our campaign there.
Yes, until election is over.
But the UNC office is bright open. Plenty of people was there, you know. So, you know.
That's library.
We just observe.
Yes, we observe. You can only observe. What else can you do?
And with the observation, I think they should take a cue. Look, right now, I mean, if I in any position of leadership, I have ears on every radio station listening, you know, so I could correct my little challenges that I may not be seeing.
Yes, so it's unfortunate that this woman would call and doesn't even know who her MP is.
Yeah, right.
Okay, take care. So, ma'am, that is why I have indicated to you that you should visit both the PNM and the UNC offices. Lay your complaint with both of them and see which one will jump to help you. Hello, good afternoon.
Anne.
Yes?
Honorable Anne, as the Lone Ranger. Don't come down hard on the lady. You know why? They saw her wearing a yellow jersey and they take it back.
You think so?
You want to say what has happened? That's all. You should ask the lady, By chance, you were wearing a yellow jersey recently? You go to find out what's going on. That's the criteria they're using, you know.
Well,
So,
I heard some
don't wear
instances
yellow jerseys.
this morning. Yes, you have to be smart to collect your food card.
Right. Once only depending on the state, because I sure she on one of the lists, and from the time they realize she might have get a free jersey, and poor lady wearing the jersey, a jersey is a jersey.
Yes.
A jersey is $40-50. So they take it that, hey, you jump ship and you're not voting for it. But it doesn't matter, she will get back the full card. On the 11th, she will get it by the people who need it, because the way she was expressing herself, you could see she needs some guidance
she
and
sounded,
some direction,
she
right?
needs help.
And it's unfortunate we have people like that, and we take advantage of them, and now is the time we go around to play with nice. One of the things I hear you there, and I want to confirm it, I could give you councillor's number. They walk around with the MPs, they give you the number, and you try to contact them and they don't answer.
You remember I'd pull up some of them on air, live. One of them,
I will give you something.
one or
Right
two
in
of them
Shibona,
said they
have a
couldn't
couple of them.
sleep. They
Right
said they
in
couldn't
Shibona, I will
sleep,
give you
yeah.
a couple of the councillors'
Of
number.
course.
You try to call them and you'll see they're not answering.
Or they give you a number that is disconnected.
Right. So, and one of the weaknesses of how they choose councillors, nobody managed them. And as one of the constituents, you don't know who to complain to about the non-performance, because some of them just go there, not for representation, for the ego.
Did you hear me at some point in my program? I said, why do people go up for public office and they cannot answer their phone?
And some of them have the eyes and the ears of the budding MP. Shogona is a classic case of that. Two elections
Well, it's
ago.
time we call them out on the air.
Yeah, no, but I don't want. I don't want. There's one particular one.
No, well, I do. I can, if someone needs help and they claim that they are constantly calling their MP or council, I will dial the number on air and show the public out there that they are not answering. I did that to a councillor a couple weeks ago, and you know, he turned on his cell phone.
All right, let me give you one right now, eh? I give you a cell number. So anytime you have, just call it, you can see. You're leaving voicemail for them, they're calling. You're doing WhatsApp message and they're thinking. All right, 467-0067. And you can see who doesn't answer. That is a councillor.
Okay, I'll try.
Right, and that is in Charlieville.
Okay. Thank you. 636-7547 227-5739. Let us say a very special Friday afternoon to this person. Hello.
Afternoon again, and this is very for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who the MP for there for the PNM neither, eh?
Well, I called out the name for you. I said find their office where they are campaigning and go and lay a complaint there. The person going up for the PNM is Renuka Sagram Singh Suklal.
Okay.
And it's a long name for you to write down, but all I'm telling you is to go and find the office. You must see the offices, all their offices, both PNM and UNC, they have a lot of paraphernalia, a lot of flags and banners hang up. You're bound to find the office for St. Augustine.
I can't leave from where I used to go, darling.
Well, that would be your member of parliament. That would be your candidate.
No, what
St.
I say,
Augustine.
What I say, I personally cannot go.
Well, send a relative. Ask a relative to go for you. You have to find either the PNM office or the UNC office, because right now they want your vote. So they might be willing to help you.
I call you welfare and they never answer in Tunapuna. They don't answer the phone at all, they neither. And neither in Maloney, the lady gave me trouble for it. She always calling it a reach. It's a reach. That's all she does be telling me. So
Well, now that it is so close to election, I think I'm giving you fair advice. Find one of them and they would be willing to help you.
All right, darling.
Right? You have to know how to negotiate. Tell them, say, you want my vote? Help me to do this.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. 636-7547 227-5739. We have just about 2 minutes again before we take a short commercial break. Remember, at 4 p.m. it's major news. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ms. Duque.
Hello, Mr. Belmont.
All the listeners and callers, I'm calling from Belmont. Earlier you asked the question whether the same thing that went on in Guyana with election results can go on here.
I have been asking that too.
Yes. Well, that is not so. That can never happen here. Never happen. In 1961, when Dr. Williams came in the first time, he was hearing about corruption with Albert Gomes and Mirage and so on. And he immediately went in to the permanent registration. And that permanent registration spelled out everything. The ID card, the system of voting, and how you vote, and how you don't vote. And it is foolproof that on the evening after the election, the polling clerks, the party sending a polling agent then, and they help when the returning officer, the presiding officer, open the box. They are all there, all the party representatives and so on, and the poll clerks and everybody, and the ballots are being counted. At the conclusion of the counting, the list is made up, how the votes went, and each party representative get an authentic list signed by the presiding officer, and they go in the office with that. And based on that, the other agents come in and they put them together, they give them to the press, they give them to who they want, but whenever the evening is finished and all those are inside, you can definitely know who won and who didn't win, bar a recount. The only thing that remains is a recount. So all the ballots are put back into the box and sealed in the presence of the presiding officer, the poll clerks, and the party agents. So it is very, very foolproof. I worked with Dr. Williams on that exercise in 61, and it's very, very foolproof. And at the same time, we brought the machines. They complain about the machines, and after the 71 no vote, he threw away the machines. But the machines was foolproof as well, because the same results we had in the machine days, subsequent to that, we had the same results. 2/3 for the PNM and 1/3 for the racial opposition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Belmont. 13 minutes before the top of the hour. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is
Hello, Mr. Triple D.
Yes.
How is your water situation, by the way?
Right now, we should have water.
You have water?
Praise God for election, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because election, couple smoky pipe. Smoky pipe, eh?
And you know it have a lot of crapo around now that it have all this rain.
They're coming out. Anyway.
They're coming out, yes.
That I interview with Portuguese constituency candidate, PNM candidate.
The PNM candidate?
Yeah, Portuguese. My point is, who wrote it and tell me who to vote for? You could just imagine I heard someone like that yesterday. I will tell you who to vote for. In other words, if you get the petroleum deal, vote PNM. That's what you're talking about?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I said, if the deal comes with petroleum, vote PNM. And if the deal not comes to vote PNC, I wonder who you will tell me who to vote for. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. 636-7547-227-5739. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and again. And Roger have no say in this election. Roger have absolutely no support. Roger allow 4,000 plus people to go home without any income.
Just over 5,000, yes.
Yeah, without any income. Roger refused an increase in negotiation and went and settled for 1%. If he had taken what the PP government, the people would have got an enhanced package, about 5% more than their package had gone home. But what I want to call call about is election and the EBC. You remember rainfall, nobody didn't have umbrella in that particular area, and they extend the voting right.
Yes.
Some get it and some are get it. They say it was their privilege. They went to court. The court say earlier wrong, but we not change it because the UNC wasn't prepared for election petition. They didn't have any evidence to sway the judges that they're supposed to retake the election. I want to know what could be possibly be the outcome. You're in a line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Sahara does start to affect you, and you start to cough and you sneeze. And that polling division most likely had to be locked down.
Yeah, they will think it's COVID.
No. When that lockdown, what happened to the people who in the line to vote? How to go into the extended? This is what the EBC have.
They didn't look
people.
into that, yes.
You understand? There's no intelligence in the EBC because we only put in Sarubai and Auntie and Tanti and Mamo and Annie. No, you understand? I am a simple person ready to vote. I go on there and I see Mamo in the back down there. Sahara dust affected him and he's blasting
Of course, you hear somebody coughing, you will become scared.
And they go out to sanitize the whole thing.
Know that there's a
lock it down all
possibility
the,
of community
negotiating in
spread.
Sarawak. What is the contingency plan? They have to tell people if a scenario like that has happened.
They
most
need to have a
likely the
backup
next day
plan.
the next day you could go and vote. You can't wait until the thing happens, then to come up with a plan. Have your contingency plan. Be proactive. That is how they can steal the election, you know. Inserting strong UNC area. The man with a color without not yellow. The sneeze in the line, you know. No, I'm telling you things that could happen.
Yes, it's possible.
Things will happen. You're going to in a marginal seat. And you realize, for example, we take Barataria. We know it have a particular area now running the PNM, right? I ain't going to call who it is. The person in that village was strong PNM. For example, that police station, you know, if they shut down that polling division, PNM go in. They send some of the people to support them and sneeze down the place. I hope everybody listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling them things that could happen. You have to think outside the box for the governing party, you know. People have to remember Sadiq Bash. They take a police force quite down there to go down there to lock him up.
True.
You understand? They take a 25 vans of police to lock up Andy. You understand? They went for Ramlogan with about 10 banner police. Those are the things. And when they went for Marlene, she was given carte blanche. Go when you're ready. You understand what I'm saying? A picture paints 1,000 words.
Indeed.
You understand? And you can't leave Roger. Roger said, take a rig and go. Roger have no support. He's struggling now. The only thing somebody had given 15 million sometime down the road. I don't know if all of them had a that. But traffic guru, all you look at traffic guru. Anytime traffic guru come in that deal, Trinidad go get sanctioned. Because the Americans say nothing to do with sanctioned companies. And watch it how it's going. We want to know how can you sell it, use my share in Petrotrin to make a deal. You have to do due diligence. When you're doing due diligence to get a buyer, you want to make sure the buyer is strong and you're not fooling you. You want to know where the buyer getting his finance. That should be public information. So we as citizens could say,
Well, that
yes,
is where the public procurement process comes in.
No, they shut down the procurement thing. That legislation passed 5 years ago, and they're doing all of it.
It's not implemented.
Because you know why? As I always say, them tight pants fellas wearing cargo pants now. The cargo pants have plenty pocket. You have a $23 million man, you have a $60 million man, all kind of thing. You understand?
You sure it's not corduroy pants?
Sorry? Yeah, they
corduroy.
With tight skin,
You
tight
remember
pants.
corduroy?
No pockets. You know some of them slim tight pants there's hardly a pocket. Now they are cargo pants with pocket down by the shoes, pocket in the back, all kind of thing. I go and can.
Thanks. Thank you, caller. 636-7547 2275739. We are speaking about elections and our comparison to Guyana and Regrettably, if we should become like Guyana, where would that leave us? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, hello.
Yes, you're live.
Yeah, I'm just calling on a little matter that I have. I don't know if you'll be able to help. What happened? I applied for my pension since February.
Mm-hmm.
And the government said that they're going to give us $1,500 grant once we apply.
Yes. That is old age pension?
Yeah. We in July now. I haven't got no grant. I haven't got no pension. When I go in the office, somebody tell me they have to come to visit my land to see how much thing I have in my garden before I could get my pension. So
you are entitled to old age pension.
What my garden have to do with my pension?
You are entitled to old age pension.
Well, what my garden have to do with it?
This is not NIS pension, it's old age.
No, this is old age pension. Since February I applied. And point 14.
Well, so probably the pandemic have slowed things down. That is the only reason I can think of.
Yeah, but what I say, they tell me they have to come and visit me.
Well, it is customary that anyone applies for old age pension. This is what they do. That is customary. They come and visit you at home.
And even the 1,500, I ain't get nothing. But the government say how much million they giving out.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, how much million they giving out, and I ain't get nothing. So I don't know where those millions going.
Have you tried to contact the office of the PNM in Point Fortin?
No, I went to the welfare office.
The social welfare?
Yeah.
And what did they say to you?
Actually, they tell me that's how they had to come to visit my yard.
That is for the pension.
Right.
But what about for the 1,500?
When I went, they tell me that in about 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks,
they would know if your name is on the list, you know.
They telling me that's how they set up everything, but I do not
Well,
believe that.
as I said, probably because of COVID and they have less staff working, probably it have been held back. If the office, the social welfare office, tell you that it went up, maybe you will get it in coming days.
Yeah, I like the word you say, maybe.
Maybe, yes. I have to say maybe because nothing is guaranteed. We don't know if after election, if whichever government comes in power, if they will scrap that.
Now, this is my point. As soon as election done, if I ain't get an idea of it.
Most likely, I can't say, but we can't predict that. But whichever government comes in power, we don't know if they will scrap it. So it's unfortunate.
Okay, I just let me.
Yes, it's good to let us know what is going on.
Let me,
you know, I further to this, you see the PNM office in Point Fortin, maybe you should try and give them a visit, whether you support them or not.
Okay.
I think so, because they are the ruling party in Point Fortin, and you should, the candidate is the mayor, the current mayor.
Yeah, I know who it is. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
I would advise, that would be my advice to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, because everyone wants to grab power, and maybe you should visit that office and visit the candidate and let them know that you are waiting this and you are in need of it, you're an elderly person, and hear what he would say. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Anne, once again.
Yes, welcome.
We're hearing a lot about Mr. Rowley. We're hearing a lot about all the other candidates. What about the man who match up the economy? The finance minister who knows nothing about finance, who damaged the economy in this country. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, it's just about 4 p.m. where we have to go to the top of the hour and go to the 4 p.m. newscast with Sharon. I will be right back.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 4 p.m. news on U975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Sharon Ballerup. Good afternoon. 11 Venezuelans were detained by officers of the Southern Western Division Task Force during an anti-crime exercise conducted in the Santa Flora district yesterday. During the exercise and based on information received, the officers proceeded to number 4 Road, Palo Seco, where they saw several persons running into a bushy area. A search was conducted of the area and 11 illegal Venezuelan immigrants and a Trinidad and Tobago national were detained and taken to the Siparia Health Facility where they were medically examined by a doctor. They were then taken to the Chaguaramas heliport for a 14-day period quarantine. The Ministry of Health has recorded another case of COVID-19. This now takes the number of confirmed cases to 142. Investigations are ongoing as to how the patient contracted the virus. In its 10 a.m. update, the Ministry of Health said there are now 6 COVID-positive patients being treated at the Cora Hospital. Earlier this week, cases number 139 and number 141 were also placed under investigation. These patients were not repatriated citizens with recent travel histories. Health Minister Terence Yal Singh has revealed that his battle with COVID-19 is far more than professional. He said his daughter contracted the virus. In a series of tweets, the minister detailed that while Europe was the epicenter of the virus spread, his daughter and son-in-law, who both reside in England, were diagnosed with COVID-19. Diyal Singh briefly outlined the personal struggle he endured while managing Trinidad and Tobago's COVID-19 response, even while worrying about his own family. He reaffirmed his commitment both as a member of parliament and as health minister. Diyal Singh also rubbished claims that the government lacks empathy towards citizens abroad while TNT's borders remain closed. Police have seized and destroyed $2 million worth in marijuana trees during an exercise on Thursday. According to reports, police went 5 miles into a forested area along the northern range between Maracas, St. Joseph and Las Cuevas. There they found a marijuana field with 2,000 fully grown marijuana trees, 500 seedlings and 2 kilograms of cured marijuana. The trees, seedlings and cured marijuana were seized and destroyed. The Guaico licensing office was officially opened today. President of the Sangre Grande Chamber of Commerce, Lacas Lochan, welcomed the initiative. He said it will ease the stress of the people of Sangre Grande and environs from having to go far distances from their business.
We take this opportunity to thank the Honorable Minister and members of this government for the fantastic work that they've been doing in Sangre Grande. We recognize that this licensing office was much needed, and that vision has been lent and infrastructure is being built in Sangre Grande that would allow for economic development in our region to boost itself.
You are listening to the 4 p.m. news on U975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's time now to take a look at regional and international developments. We start with news from the region. Regionally, the government of Sabah will be implementing a one-time relief package for residents still dealing with the effects of the coronavirus. In a statement, public entity Sabah said its main economic pillars, tourism and rental tuition payments from its medical school, have been hit hard. This relief package is for persons that lost their jobs and for the loss of rental income because of the departed medical students. Funds can be used to pay for rent, utility bills, and food packages. The Dutch government has been providing assistance to Sabah through a salary subsidy and a fixed cost allowance for self-employed persons who have entirely lost their income. Internationally, crowds gathered in Istanbul as the historic Hagia Sophia site opened for Friday prayers for the first time since Turkish authorities ruled. It could be converted into a mosque. We hear more in this BBC report.
Huge crowds gathered around Hagia Sophia from dawn. This, for President Erdogan's supporters, is a moment of huge national and religious pride. For the first time since the early 1930s, Friday prayers were held under Hagia Sophia's Byzantine dome. Many of the president's older supporters have campaigned for decades to turn the museum back into a mosque. But for the president's critics, today's move is alarming. They fear Mr. Erdogan is trying to turn Turkey back into an Islamic state, erasing the secular legacy of modern Turkey's founder, Kemal Ataturk.
That report was taken from the BBC. And now for a look at your weather. For the period this afternoon until tonight, Trinidad and Tobago and the remainder of the Lesser Antilles will be cloudy to overcast with periods of rain in broad areas. Heavy showers and thunderstorms are expected in varying localities. Seas moderate, waves up to 2 meters in open waters and 1 meter in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 29 degrees Celsius. This brings us to the end of the 4 p.m. news on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Stay tuned for another newscast at 6 p.m. I am Sharon Balrup. Good afternoon.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Leisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barraco, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote is only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
10 minutes after the top of the hour. Thank you, Sharon, for that 4 p.m. news update here on Politics 2020, where we have discussed the Guyana elections, comparing it with Trinidad and Tobago. We have also had a chat with Mr. Steve Alvarez of the DPTT. Thank you, Steve, for joining us. And all those pensioners and old age persons who cannot access their food cards. If you are a member of parliament and you are listening, or you are a candidate and you are listening, please try and assist, especially the elderly people who that may be their only means of support. They may not have another dollar coming in to their pockets. Well, suddenly the contract with Damen Shipping is in the news. It was last week, and to the beginning of this week, some of the callers had asked me about the cancellation of the OPVs and the 12 boats that were there. They were clearly unsure of the number of boats. I said it was 12. Well, I did my research into it, and some reporters are even calling it Damien Shipping. It's not Damien, it's Damen Shipping. Right? And they offer no background to it. To understand what they are talking about, you need to read the post that I have on the OPVs. I will be speaking with Mr. Hari Raghunanan just in a short bit, our maritime expert on the OPVs. Right now, I asked why over the past 5 years, the Ministry of National Security, they never uttered any words on this shipping company. The former government, which sold the 3 OPVs, which were the PNM magic bullet for protecting our borders, they brought last year in office 12 vessels from Damen Shipping. Now these are the 12 vessels that they brought. 4 of them were Star Patrol vessels, 51 meters long, 9 meters wide, speed in excess of 28 knots, right? They range in excess of 2,500 nautical miles. They are all equipped with an advanced surveillance system. They deploy on board 11 meters interceptors plus a short range of 7.5 meters. They have a unique sea average design. These vessels will patrol coastal waters and are also capable of operating in Trinidad's and Tobago exclusive economic zone. That is, I'm speaking about 4 vessels there. Then you have 2 fast crew supply vessels. It's called fast crew, Damen fast crew utility vessels. They are 51 meters long, 10 meters wide, speed in excess of 20 knots. Range exceeds 3,000 nautical miles, so clearly you can tell they are faster than the 4 vessels I mentioned before. These vessels can be used for a variety of roles. They support interceptor operation, disaster relief, search and rescue, as well as limited coastal patrol. And then you finally have 6 Damen interceptor. It's called D1102 interceptors. They are 11 meters long, 2 meters wide, speed in excess of 53 knots. They have interceptors that are capable of being embarked on, deploy. They can deploy and act as force multipliers. Now, where are these vessels? I am told that patrolling the southwestern peninsula are only vessels, if I should say vessels, or vehicles on 4 wheels. We'll speak in a short while with our maritime expert. We want to know what happened to these vessels. So many Venezuelans are entering the country illegally with the spread of COVID-19. Of course, it poses a threat for us for community spread, being spread across the country. And no testing is done when they enter these illegal ports. Where are these vessels? Why aren't they patrolling the borders? Let me try and see if I can reach my contact. Back online with you, we have on air with us Harry Raghunanan, our in-house maritime expert and specialist on these OPVs. Good afternoon, Harry. How are you?
Good afternoon, and I'm fine, but if I'm in-house expert, I would expect a check at the end of the month.
Oh, I know I could always count on you for advice. This is not my area. My area is to ask questions and do research,
I'll have to talk to Anand.
You'll have to talk to the boss man, of course. But we do respect your advice. We know that you're well endowed in this area of maritime expertise. Harry, one of the first questions people have been asking, these 12 vessels that were purchased by the government, where are they?
Well, every time I go down the island, I see them parked up. They look in very, very, very good condition. But they're always parked up. I haven't seen them, I haven't encountered them anywhere in the seas.
They're not in action.
Well, as far as I know. There are rumors that, I don't know if the rumors over there, actual, that they don't have fuel and the monies are not allocated to them for buying fuel to have them going.
What is the Minister of National Security doing about it? Is he even aware of this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
He's really aware.
But it's good to highlight it. So fuel is the cause for them not being in operation.
That is one of the reasons I heard. But they're excellent vessels. I mean, they're not as good as the OPDs that Mr. Manning had ordered.
Right.
But those are amazing vessels.
But looking at their, I don't know if you were listening to me earlier, I was describing some of them. 4 of them are coastal patrol vessels, 51 meters long, speed in excess of 28 knots. The 2, they have the fast crew supply, speed in excess of 20 knots, range exceed 3,000 nautical miles. And then you have 6, interceptors, which are 11 meters long, 2 meters wide, speed in excess of 53 knots.
Those, some of these smugglers vessels are very fast, and the Daman vessels cannot keep up with them. So when there is that sort of thing and a boat is getting away from you, you could deploy the interceptors.
Right.
Handle that kind
so the interceptors can be useful in that way.
Yes, and they're equipped with a lot of good military stuff.
Particularly for drug running and so on.
Yeah, firearms, etc.
Yes, they have interceptors capable of being embarked on and deployed.
Yeah.
So they are just parked up and not being used, and you have so many Venezuelans entering the country illegally, particularly with the spread of COVID-19 and not being tested.
Well, a friend of mine went down and see us last week, and he said he decided to take a jug from Philaton across to Icacos along the beach. And while there, he saw a four-wheel vessel, a four-wheel vehicle parked up in the bushes. And he was wondering what it was about, and he met some people up the beach, and they said, those are the patrols they have down here.
So the patrol is on 4 wheels.
Yeah, and while he was coming back down, he saw the them driving up the road along the beach. So the Venezuelans who are coming in and they have their friends on shore could easily call the boat and tell them, you can't come in now because the van is here. So you have to be careful. So you go around the corner and drop them around the other side. And they've been coming in, from what I understand, in droves, hundreds every day almost. And that has been
So they have a
for quite while.
communication going on.
Yeah. Because that shore is not adequately protected, in spite of what you may have heard. Off and on, they see some Coast Guard vessels, the older one, in the area. But that's about it. Those chug along, those are diesel vessels that chug along.
So is it just money wasted that is parked up there when it should be put in use?
Well, I mean, what is happening now, I mean, I have no proof that the COVID is being spread to Venezuela, but it's very, I mean, the government did an excellent job of locking down the borders.
The borders, yes, of
and
course.
protecting the spread of the virus, and they were doing very well so far. But this kind of community spread that we are about to have here now could, in my view, only come from the president of Venezuela who are coming in without being tested. One cannot deduce anything else. I don't know what is your view on that.
Yes, well, of course, when you enter the borders and you're not tested, you don't know where that person could be.
But
Could be anywhere.
A month ago, a friend of mine would tell me go down on the wharf in San Juan every morning. And Venezuelans are coming in by the boatloads.
Boatloads, I heard so as well.
Between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. every morning.
They come in at that flower pot beach there as well, down which is just after the wharf.
The customs come out at 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock.
So
By
they
that
come
time,
before.
Yeah, and containers are being loaded with furniture and all kind of stuff from Venezuela. Fans, air conditioners, everything was made in Venezuela. And were loaded in containers and people just take them away. And that was happening every day for months.
That have been happening a while now. I understand that, yes. And there's no attempt to stop it by the authorities.
No.
Because it's the same thing down at Cedrus, Mr. Ragunanan, when the customs is down at Cedrus and they have limited, they're like a dog without teeth. They have limited use.
I mean, if our radar system working properly and we had, interceptors, something as small as a 12-foot pre-rock leaving Venezuela,
which is only 7 miles away,
could be picked up, and monitored and see where they're heading to, and then deploy interceptors and go on. It's something that was well thought of under the Patrick Manning administration, and with those OPVs, and Silban Clark, who went to England with a whole group of people that were trained, with millions of dollars spent to train them on the vessels. He described them as awesome vessels. He said they're one of the best that he has ever seen.
They're one of the tops.
And the Brazilian authorities could tell you that, so much so that they've ordered more vessels.
Well, there's something off the bat I should ask you. Well, I don't know if you would answer me. There's some recent allegations that the agent that made these transactions made a huge commission over the Standard Commission. You don't have to name anybody, but did you hear that?
No, I in 2008, that same guy approached me to represent the company. And of course, I did my due diligence. And I was told by my people, don't touch him. And I never got involved with that man.
He's corrupt.
Yeah, he's a little short Bajan guy.
Well, we will wait to see if Minister Stuart Young would investigate this matter.
Okay. I waited bated breath.
Yes, Harry, thank you for your time.
You're
we
very
will
welcome,
keep
my
in
dear.
contact with you over the coming days now that the election season is heating up. Thank you for your time.
Okay, and I will send my bank account to
Okay. You could send it to me. Harry Ragunanan, that is our in-house maritime expert. I'm just kidding with him. We respect his views because he is well endowed in the maritime industry. He has over 30 years experience in the maritime industry, and his views are well respected by either government. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
I don't know if it's rumor, but somebody called me and told me that some businesses in Port of Saint be shut down because there was some report of some Venezuelan woman who had the COVID and she had visited these places.
Today?
And there's a lot of panic in Port of Spain.
Today, as we speak?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear anything about that on social media coming to me. All right. I will, if it comes to me, I will announce it.
Great, thanks.
Okay. 636-7547 or 227-5739. Good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Yes, hello.
It's a previous caller.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things people have to understand, the Manning OPV was built to a particular specification agreed on both sides. But BAF could not deliver. They couldn't build it to that specification. They were given, I think, a year based on the contract. And they still couldn't go. So that is why the PP government took it to arbitration to get back all the money. It was never ready for delivery. Eventually, they did something and the Brazilian bought it. We have to find out if it was the same boat or if they redesigned it. If I can recall, the computer system for it was not functional, no matter what it tried. So we wasted money. But it so happened we had a good government who could get it. The other thing he's saying, the Damien vessel, they put it aside. But what he's saying, he's giving kudos for the government for locking down the border. Back I understand he's saying something in one part of him out and he's saying something
Well, he
else.
is saying that he's giving them kudos for the handling of COVID, but he's also saying that those 12 vessels have been parked up.
Right, white back up. That's what we had to find out.
Well, that is what I'm asking, and he's saying that they are saying that gasoline is expensive.
Right, so nothing is wrong with the boat.
Nothing is wrong with the boat. That is why I described to our listeners the specification of the boats.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is that the government has handled COVID properly. By locking down the border, they have not locked down the border.
My point is, caller, that these same vessels should have been patrolling the borders.
Right, no, but what you were saying, he giving them kudos for locking down the border. But what I'm saying, out of his own mouth.
Well, he meant, I think when he said that, he doesn't mean that border between Trinidad and Venezuela. I think he mean with the airplanes flying into the country.
Right.
I think that is what he's referring to.
The official international place of entry.
Yes, the international place of entry.
It's locked down perfectly, but you have
But my point is, yes, that these porous borders give us an open avenue for COVID entering.
Transmitted through one of these ports in our boroughs.
Yes.
Is a high probability.
We have 150 porous avenues in the southwestern peninsula.
Right, and put it this way, we open our borders to facilitate Delcy anti-contingent.
Mm-hmm.
And we give, so we could say we give, what do you call it, Delcy a green card, and we give her a pack a green card to give the
Delcy Rodriguez.
Because he said if the radar was working, that's another thing, you know, if the radar was working, they could pick up a 12 feet pirogue.
Well, that's another question I often you hear me ask. The radar is not working.
Because small pin is saying the radar working. But if it is functional, and it can pick up at 12 feet, why is those 12 feet pirogue coming into Trinidad? That means you selectively opening the borders by shutting down the radar at that point in time when they're coming through to Trinidad. You give them specific time to come through. That's why I'm saying, from my vantage, I might be wrong. If you saying on national, your radar working, why is they still coming in? And you have 12 vessels there for gasoline. Oh, I know what's happening in Hana. They're waiting for
Petrotrin.
To start up the refinery to
probably.
gasoline for the boats.
Well, probably. That is why I decided to bring it up,
Yeah, no, they're failing miserably now. I think
they're waiting for Petrotrin, dieseline or gasoline.
Yeah, right. I think they flatten the curve so much. They get in between the own curve. You know, long time, I forget what they call when you're doing trigonometry, that special
curve.
I try to remember a plastic thing that form it in any sort of curve. I will find out and I'll call you back.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes, that is why I brought up this issue, because there are so many Venezuelans by the thousands, not hundreds, by the thousands, that are entering our borders illegally. Hello, good afternoon.
And this whole thing is politics. The PNM ordered the OPVs, so here what? We can't use them with the PNM to good, so we have to reject them. Then we bring 12 vessels, the PNM take over, the UNC bring that. We can't use them with UNC to good, so we have to pack them up.
Just like the Cuba Hospital.
Yeah, you understand? And we the people, we allow it because what on the PNM side will say, you see, the vessels are don't play good. Those are UNC side, see, it was wasn't good. But we're forgetting it is we who are at stake. Not those sides of them. They are well protected. And their families are well protected. So it is we. You see, these people, they will call them natives. This tribal thing, this tribalism in this country, this is what have this country right is. Because we are hearing about the OPVs, this and the OPVs, that did and another country bite and the other more. And they're having a good time with it, and it's helping them.
Well, you know why I went into detail, Chris, to describe to our listeners the capability of these vessels, right?
Exactly.
And you would see what they can do.
I know you hear a man saying because I gasoline back up there.
Gasoline.
Yes, so it's just a tit for tat. And we the people, we support that. We wouldn't all get together and say, hey, you see this is our country, it's our money, it's our lives at stake. Do something. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, I also let our listeners know, you know, when I do my investigations, I do it in detail. I also wrote Damien Vessels with some questions, you know. I will see if they will reply to me. I don't know if they would respond. Hello, good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, I heard another expert followed when Harry Ragunanan made a statement with respect to vessels and OPVs. And the expert had some very good information, although I do not know where he got it from, because mine seemed to be 180 degrees different to his. When Kamala Prasad-Bissessar came into power, one of the vessels was ready. Let me back up to say that while Mr. Manning was in office, that vessel was supposed to have been delivered. But the company came to him and said that they would not be able to make it. They were having some delays. Well, we claimed damages. And because of the civil, listen, you're right, you ought to be paid some sort of reparation in relation to this delay. So what we're going to do, we're going to give you the 4 interceptors on that boat, we're going to give it to you free. So Mr. Manning, they agree, well, okay, you have to deliver it late, well, okay, you're going to give us those boats, so we don't have to pay for those boats, fine. Deliver it. When Kamala Prasad-Bissessar came into office, one of the boats was ready. But there was one thing that was wrong. The boat had on it a gun. One of the guns, which was perhaps the major gun that could shoot like for miles. And that gun was not hitting its target. It was automatically fired. It wasn't hitting its target. But the thing is that BA didn't manufacture the gun. They only installed it. The manufacturers of the gun said, listen, take the boat to Trinidad. When the boat gets to Trinidad, we would come there and we would repair this defect on the boat right there. Well, that was the salute for them to boy, oh God, something wrong with the boat. So Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, and they said, no, we don't want any boat. She already made a statement before that Manning Dotish crime taking place on land, not on sea. You don't need no OPVs. So she said, we don't want a boat. So what happened then is that they decided, well, okay, they're going to send back the whole OPV fleet. Send back the whole OPV fleet. They went into arbitration. Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago did not win that arbitration. What happened is that Brazil pulled our chestnuts out of the fire. And the legal team in Trinidad started jumping on, well, we win.
It was a settlement.
They win nothing. As a matter of fact, find out how much money we paid a company from London, a legal show from London, to represent us in arbitration, and find out if we got back that money. We didn't get back 1 black cent of it. Right? We didn't win any arbitration, we lost a lot of money, And of course, we know national security came to the pits in Trinidad. So the fact is simply this. The UNC made a bad decision in sending back those OPVs. For the last decade, our entire flank has been completely open. We are left open to the high seas. And last night, listening to Ms. Kamla Prasad-Bissessar, she bowling our borders open. I said, well, oh my God. Oh my God, look who's talking now, man in a dotish now. So at the end of the day, let me say this to you. Using something to say that the OPVs were wrong and they did things wrong and that is why you had to send them back, that's a lie. It's a bald-faced lie. Bald-faced lie. The people who delivered the OPVs had a second chance in relation to the dates of delivering them, and they were meeting those dates.
Eric, why doesn't this government put the 12 vessels that they have now on the borders?
That I don't know, and that is perhaps best asked to the Minister of National Security. And listen to me, I do not know that they're not doing the work, eh? I do not know that those 12 vessels are not patrolling it. Because you see some of them park up, it doesn't mean that some of them not running, right? Because at the end, it has to be done. But let me just say this to you. We always knew that we had to get back a system of the OPV, which meant that you had 24/7 watch on the sea. The boats were like floating security fortresses. They were always on the sea. Nobody had to time them to see when they pass by, like if you're pulling bull on the sea and you go up the road and you come back down the road. They were always there. They were ever present, right? And let me say this to you. Because of that, I said it before in this program, the Australian government has given us 2 replacement vessels called the Cape Class vessels. And those vessels are being demonized right now by Wademark and the UNC. What is it the UNC have with not securing our borders? Who they're trying to help? That's the question we have to ask in this time. You know. Why is it you don't want the borders secured properly? The UNC should be asked that question and they should answer it before the 10th of August. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in. 636-7547, 227-5739. Here at 975, we welcome all views. We listen to what you have to say. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Eric. If Mr. Manning did not remove the controls that Mr. Pandey left for you all to scrutinize the maritime part of the country and see what vessels come in and what go in, you won't have the cost of the OPV and all this nonsense you're talking from one program to another program. And because probably Andrew do a research or she want to cut you off, every other station is lock you off and ask you questions about this thing that you keep stammering and you cannot answer. You come here and you're spitting out all the nonsense. Just remember, if Manning had left all the controls that Mr. Pandey left there for this country, he won't have no OPVs and both from Australia and all kind of stupidness they're talking about. And let me ask you something with your journalist experience. With this last set of COVID case we get in, no, this is not foreign COVID, this is within the community. Even though the election...
But initially, where did it come? Initially, it came from foreign.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's spreading out.
The original source is from foreign.
All right. Do you think, even though everything is set for elections and the president and everybody, you think they should still go through with this election or postpone it until things is a little more quiet, right? Which is more important?
Well, I don't think that they will postpone it. I don't see a need for them to postpone the elections.
If they postpone it, I feel, my personal belief is, they have much, they want to scare people not to go and vote. But their supporters will go and vote because if you have COVID in this country, all the measures they take so far on lockdown business and borders...
It's not as brazen as other CARICOM countries from what I have seen.
Huh?
So it isn't, the figures are not as brazen from what I have seen with other CARICOM countries. So I don't think that they will postpone elections because of that.
Remember, no start to flare up on 1, 2, 3, 4. You all know what happened?
We don't know how many was there and we don't know.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. So, well, my opinion, if I had authority, I postpone this election for the time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Well, sir, let me also say we welcome all calls, whether you are PNM, UNC, DPTT. All calls are welcome on this station. Hello, good afternoon.
As far as I'm concerned, this election shouldn't be postponed. Practice social distancing.
Exactly.
Wear your mask and wash your hands. And you're sure you're safe. You ain't going to stab with nobody's face if they...
Because you're still alive in the country. You're not fleeing the country.
Exactly. You ain't going to stab in somebody's face if they're coughing. You practice social distancing, you wear a mask, you wash your hands, and
Maintain your health reasons, yes.
If you want to put off this thing, you put it off for next 10 years because COVID will be here for good, you know.
For a good while.
That ain't going away now. Thanks, son.
Thanks, yes. Look, the United States, they're not postponing their elections, and they have more cases. In fact, they have thousands of cases every day. 20 minutes before the top of the hour, callers. 6367547 2275739. I asked what could be done to test these illegal Venezuelans entering the country. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, Mr. You're saying it's accurate, right? Because you're lying so much like your prime minister. But if you're saying why it is that these things wasn't corrected by Mr. Rowley in the 5 years, why? Could you answer that? Call back and answer that. Thank you.
Okay, 636. Try not to attack each other, sir. You can attack the person's idea, but don't attack the personality, please. The show is not about that. We're about presenting facts. What are the facts? That is why I took time to do this research on the OPVs, because many callers for the past week have asked me about the 12 vessels. I described them in detail to you, and what they are capable of doing. And you also heard from our maritime experts, Harry Ragunanan, what they are capable of doing. We heard that they have been parked up because there is no gasoline for the vehicles. That is one reason, and that the only thing patrolling that southwestern peninsula is something on 4 wheels, which is unfortunate. You have hundreds of illegal Venezuelans entering our borders. Good afternoon.
Well, Eric said the fact that some parks up don't mean some are working.
Yes.
But if you have all these boats coming in San Fernando, Kings Wharf, and in Caracas, and all along the coastline up and down Venice, then it tells me that they're not working. If they're working, it shouldn't be happening.
My point is, if they are working, they should be out there.
Exactly. If you have 12 vessels, and this is happening, why you want to park up someone you can't meet the demand? Use the resources you have to ensure you protect your borders. If your border is not protected with the 3 you're using, only 4 using, send out somewhere you have 12. So
they have 12, some of them are interceptors, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. So management is the problem.
6 interceptors they have.
The problem then is the Minister of National Security then. The problem is the Coast Guard. The problem is the Prime Minister. Because these are the people who have to ensure that they use the resources to deliver goods and services to the country. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you. You know, I'm also mentioned that there's recent allegations surfacing that the agent for this transaction made a huge commission. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. I wanted to do a survey, do a little research, you know, before Kamala come out of office. She bring on a badge to the borders, to block out the borders, them. So do a research on that badge, she bring a casually bring it down. Right? They do a comment. That's what I was lazy. They're not working the thing, man. Later.
Okay, thank you. 15 minutes before the top of the hour, listeners. Let us take a short commercial break. But before we do that, let's hear this caller quickly. Hello, good afternoon.
Anne?
Yes?
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Go on the head of the class. I like the question you asked, Eric. Why the government not doing something with the boat? He said he don't know. He know everything except where any place he call and they ask him the question. He don't know. Excuse me. Let me finish what I have to say. And he ramage the same thing over and over. Yes, that's a good question. 5 years passed. Why didn't do something about it? Why? This arbitration thing, I'm not a lawyer. I am sure, Anne, you can get Anand Ramlogan's number or his company, and they will tell you how the arbitration went and how we win the money.
Well, the settlement they got was $1.4 billion with a capital B.
And the gas talk that you see a gentleman tell you about Mr. Harry Ragunanan name?
Yes, he said that they have no gas.
That talk passed in Parliament. Why the PNM didn't chastise? Who said that? That they don't have gas to put anything. What a joke. You're spending money while all over the place, and you have money to put in the boats to patrol our own safety. And that thing down there where the Venezuelans come in and take the whole Coast Guard and the army and put them down in that western peninsula, down in Sierra down there.
Of
And
course,
take
it's
that, yes.
we have 150 porous borders.
Yes, put them down there with some camp on the beach. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. 15 minutes before the top of the hour, listeners, let us take a short commercial break. We have some ads to play. When we come back, much more.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Carry Care International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote is only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TMT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM all the way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Just 11 minutes before the top of the hour, we have the lines ringing already. Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Calling from Ragunanan Road.
Yes, Enterprise.
Yes, I crave your indulgence here to revisit. I called yesterday with respect to the repatriation of of citizens back to TNT. Now, the minister on Wednesday made a statement that there are those who are coming and who are refusing to sign, the declaration form for quarantine. All right, and I didn't take it on because I don't know who they were. However, on today's Newsday, 2 Trinidadians, who purportedly refused to sign. According to Minister Diyal Singh, I want to say very categorically, right, if it is that incident, then the minister is absolutely wrong. I tell you why. I was personally present there at Piarco personally. In the center of those commotions, and they did not refuse if it is those same 2 that the minister is referring to according to the Newsday article, They did not refuse. There was I can't get into the details, but I will tell you that the minister was absolutely wrong. All right, Mr. Terence Dial Singh, you're absolutely wrong. Get your facts correct. I would further advise that Mr. Terence Dial Singh, when this government is boasting about closing borders, what closing borders? Hundreds and perhaps thousands of Venezuelans are illegally entering Trinidad and Tobago, all right? And how many of them are carrying the virus? Let Mr. Terence Dial Singh and Mr. Stuart Young tell, and rather than boasting at the election time how the borders are closed and so on. I feel very upset about it because I was there, I was personally there, and when I read that news article today, I was very, very, very upset. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That article refers of claims of refusal to sign quarantine forms returning Trini. Let me explain. Hello, good afternoon.
And when you travel out of Trinidad and Tobago and you're returning, you have to present your passport and an immigration form filled out and signed. If you don't fill out the immigration form, having a passport doesn't give you the right to enter without the form. So if the immigration say, because of this COVID, you have to sign this to go into quarantine, and you decide you're not signing it, and that is part of our protocol to ensure the safety of our citizens. Sit down there. Sit down there. If you want to pass me, try to pass me, and the guard hold you and put you in jail. So you could go to jail, or you could go to quarantine, or you could sit down there until you drop dead. How you could say you're not going to sign the form to go into quarantine? Where you want to come and infect everybody in this place? This is madness. People in this country feel that everybody have rights, but nobody else have none. As far as I'm concerned, give them the form to sign, and who ain't sign it, you can't pass immigration. Sit down there. It have toilet, it have water. You don't use toilet today. You want to drink water, you ain't getting nothing more than that, Thank you, Anne.
Thank you. Yes, the article said a 34-year-old man who was among those accused of refusing to sign quarantine forms upon returning home sought to clear the air. He's claiming that the hotel that was paid for by his employer, he was not sent there. He said he purposefully was not sent there, and he was sent instead into accommodation made by the government. Hello, good afternoon.
I told the Alsing and Stuart down on them. Close the border, don't bring in nobody. And also the fishermen them who open the border and bringing them in. Them should be paying a penalty. Why they not paying a penalty? Why it is that these Trinidadian fishermen encouraging these people to come in the country? And that is why the people from the walk, which part they want to build that thing there. That is why they give them trouble and they don't want to move from there, because that easy access to bringing people. And somebody had to do something about these people. Then Trinidadians are doing the worst could ever do to their own people in this country. I don't know some other boatmen who bring in these people then. Why they don't get the coronavirus and go home and get all of them or your family and plus it's on them too.
Thank you. 636-754-722-75739 to all our callers and viewers on RCLU 975. Remember, you can text us in also on WhatsApp on 378, that's 378-4975. 378-4975. Send your messages there and we'll try and read them on air if you have any questions concerning the elections, the closure of the borders, etc., etc. Hello, good afternoon.
You see the same thing as saying that this Prime Minister is a liar? The same thing as saying, he never said that the question around that the hotel that where the man was paid for, they didn't want to send him there. They want to send him in their own hotel. They never said that. All he said is that they refused. See how there is pan line? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think the Prime Minister, he didn't go on to explain everything. But upon an investigation, it was discovered that the company that he worked for, they paid for a hotel, a particular hotel for the person to stay, and the government refused to send him there. Instead, they told him that he would have to stay at a quarantine site issued by the government. And if that is the rules to enter the country, I don't think you could go beyond that to defy that. It's 7 minutes before the top of the hour, callers. It's just hitting 5 p.m. shortly. Remember, coming up at 6 p.m., just after the 6 p.m. newscast, is Mukesh Baburam with Talk Your Talk. Just after 6 p.m. for today, Friday, the 24th of July, 2020. Continue to call me in, 636-7547. We were heavily discussing the OPVs, and I was describing to some of the listeners who had asked me to research the boats for them, and they wanted to know what were the 12 boats purchased. I told you that there have been 4 Damen stand patrol boats, coastal patrol vessels, right, which deploys on board 11 meters interceptors, plus has a short-range 7.5 meter rigid hull inflatable boat. It is a unique sea-axe design boat. It is enhanced into seakeeping in rough waters. These vessels are ideal to patrol the coastal waters, and they are also capable of operating within Trinidad and Tobago exclusive economic zone. Right? Then you have 2 Damen fast cruise supply utility vessels. They are in speed of excess of 20 knots, in range and exceeding 3,000 nautical miles. These vessels can be used for a variety of roles and purposes. So they are not only used as a fast crew boat, it can be used as interceptors, as disaster relief in time like in the hurricane coming. If Tobago is affected, it could be used here in search and rescue, as well as limited coastal patrol. So in this hurricane season, speaking about hurricane, I will give you an update on the hurricane headed towards the North Trinidad and Tobago very shortly. You have 6 Damen interceptors, which are 11 meters long, 2 meters wide, speed in excess of 53 knots. They have interceptors capable of being embarked on and deployed from the SPAS and FCS, acting as force multiplier. This is Politics 2020. Very shortly, I will be bringing to you an update from the National Hurricane Center, where we stand for today, Friday. Let us go to a short commercial break, and we will be right back.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline, Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM is one family. All are we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, be happy it was seen. And that is why we voted for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
And locking up them down in Woodbrook inside the pond. I was in town when Baptist and come. Couldn't be seen on the morning ground. When beef was 25 cents a pound, I was in town. So when the raising up the price of rice, beef and cow tongue, I already know all of them people on greedy ground. And when they're rolling up old Dasheen Bush to make it look young, they can't fool me because I am in town too long. And when Montano tell me that I must eat strong provision, he say eating cassava will cause the price of rice to come down. This time he played pack up with Uncle Ben Rice, lobster and salmon. He be like now coming, say eating cassava will cause the price of rice. Tell Montano he economics wrong. I ain't town too long. Manning go eat yam when he dining in Hilton. I ain't town too long. Look at your screens. See old time tongue. And look how they used to dress. I was in town to see Pussa Chong playing cricket right by Maple Ground. When Pepper Wine, the left wing came wrong, kicking ball well strong with Eddie Alliong. I was in town when Rugged Tom for Sporting Club used to kick men down. I was in town to see the tank clash with Jabrong. When Royal Theatre showed King Kong, and Lee Van Cleef used to shoot men down, and Alan Ladd and Shane came around, I was in town. When Edgar Wiley played bat and clung, and Dudley Smith used to win ping pong, and the army was under the crown, I was in town. So when I see they trying their best to jail Brian Quaitong, they can't get pandicite, so they taking it Chicky Chong. And when Manning say Trinidad is safe, the country not that bad, he should take a walk up Lavanti tonight without the bodyguard. And when I see NCC take over Shannon's Ford from TTT, they can't fool me, cause NCC and TTT is the same company. And when Kai Sonyan say they love sampling, I don't know how long they cannot compose a song. I ain't down too long. You can't be a king and singing somebody's song. I ain't down too long. Give me some applause to show me that I'm not wrong. I in town too long.
Too long. Too long. Look at Brothers Day. Look at your screens. They lie. I was in town when great surgeons like Sir Henry Pierre and Najib Eliasson used to hold operations fixing heart and lung. When Bobo Lopes, Millet, cheating tongue, and Jane Broadbelt sold sex all day long, and Brackley Yard was the playground, I was in town. When the Lord Pretender win the crown, and Zebra gave Melody Picong, and Miramar had Kaiso in tongue, I was in tongue. When Lulu's band paid Kaisonian song, and Lord Blakey slicky here long, and Despos make sour men turn wrong, I was in tongue. So when government say, medicine free, we not around, and telling me, Mount Hope Hospital, medically sound. But Manning and Pandy went away for their operation. They're telling me in song, local doctors here are put on. And after I've been so long in Kaiso production, Gypsy Luther and Funny wanted me sing with Monroe promotion. But Bunchi Garlin catching Nenen to get paid for that competition, not me and that soca crown.
I ain't town so long.
They rub all them singers hands down.
I ain't town too long.
Up to now the first two ain't get a pound.
I ain't town too long.
They can't approve. Watch the long time singer boy. What's the call? Special verse. I was in town when Bajon Baron had them invaders men on the ground. And Bat20 and Casablanca, Tokyo's surround. When Cambridge, Rudy Pig got turned down and demanded that Oxford be his ground. And Rani Bab make them vagabonds run underground. When Boise sing cut out bumper tongue and Fortel Pie was around. When Gold Teeth used to tell men leave tongue and back at bass hold punching ram strong and Marabuntas cut a bolong, I was in town. So when young bandits shooting their gun and playing Bajon, Gold Teeth would have sent half of them straight to the burial ground. And when we cricketers in Australia last week get out real fast, I know some of them get out just to come back here and play mass. And when I see Mr. Sharma tell people how Rowley cuff him down, he can't fool me, cause when a Tubigonian hits you, you're bound to hit the ground. And when Satmaraj say carnival only helps African people are wrong, tell Satmaraj he wrong.
I ain't town too long.
To what race Samaru and Balroop belong?
I ain't town too long.
Who own all them trucks pulling steel bands around?
I ain't town too long.
Too long, too long. What's Blakey? What's Blakey? Too long. Too long. God bless.
That was the mighty Chalk Dust. I in tongue too long. Well, how many people are in tongue too long? We've seen all these illegal immigrants that we have in the country. I thought the song was appropriate to play at this time. It is disturbing the number of trainees that are involved in this human trafficking ring that is taking place. 636-7547 if you wish to get into the program. 2275739. As far as the hurricane is concerned, the Met Office is saying don't panic, but you must be concerned and you must be vigilant. You know, yesterday I was going through some warnings. If you come in contact with flood water, we see in the front page of one of the newspapers, I think it was the Express, where a woman was traversing through flood water. Do not avoid doing that. You do not know what bacteria or germs or what animals or insects might have been and passed through that flood water and what disease you can pick up. So avoid walking through flood waters. Particularly when sewage water passes through these drains and canals, and you can easily become infected. And this time with COVID-19, you don't want to expose your body to that. 636-7547 or 2275739 to all our viewers on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. According to the National Hurricane Center, let me say that the government of Trinidad and Tobago has issued a tropical storm warning for both for Tobago and Grenada. Right? The government of St. Lucia have cancelled the tropical storm warning. Summary of the watches and warning in effect. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tobago, Grenada and its dependencies. Okay, that is the latest from the National Hurricane Center. It is expected that somewhere within the next 24 hours that it is expected to come upon us. Hello, good afternoon, welcome.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Hello?
Yes, you are live on the air, sir.
Yes, I'd like to let you know two things. I've been listening to the broadcast this evening.
Mm-hmm.
One, you had someone had called on about Orapun and their MP.
Yes.
Right? Firstly, I understand you are trying to assist the person, right? But you don't ask the person who they voted for.
I didn't ask who they voted for.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. I would never do that.
Okay, well, you did that, right?
I'm telling the person that they should know who their member of parliament is. Listen carefully.
No. You asked, who did you vote for, man?
I did. Well, she's supposed to know who her MP is. I didn't. So it is not my. Listen to me. It's not my interest to know who you vote for. If you vote for a crapo, it doesn't matter to me.
That is all I'm saying.
If you vote for a crapo in a tie, it doesn't matter to me.
Is that you cannot ask someone that.
Don't tell me I cannot ask that. I ask. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. I'll cut you off. I'm in control of this show. I don't want to know who the woman voted for. She said she never voted. I tell her she must know who a member of parliament is. Orapun falls under St. Augustine. Right? And that would be Prakash Ramadan. He's no longer going up for a seat. So I named the PNM candidate and the UNC candidate, and I advise her to go to either office. Either office. You can call in and tell me I can't say this or can't say that. 636-7547 2275739. I'm not interested in who the woman vote for, if she vote at all or if she doesn't vote again in her life. That doesn't have no impact on me. We were lucky to catch Steve Alvarez of the DPTT, who is fighting the Moruga seat with the symbol of the hummingbird. We have been trying to reach some of these smaller candidates on our programs and give them some coverage. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, welcome.
Let me ask you the caller who voted for. You were just trying to find out who was the MP, that's all?
I was trying to traverse with her. It is not in my interest to know if the woman ever vote in she life or not, or if she wearing a red dress or a yellow t-shirt. That don't matter to me. Exactly.
Okay.
Some people don't understand these things. So when she said she don't know who her MP is, I said, well, you must know who you vote for in the last election. By that we means you could tell if you vote for Rodney Charles. Well, then I could say, well, you're in Princestown constituency. If you vote for Rushton Parry, I will be able to tell you, well, you're in Mayaro constituency. Right? It is not in my interest to know who people vote for. I was trying to direct her with a map. I don't know if you're familiar with that, sir. With a geological map. Oh, that word too big for you. I was trying to direct her with a geological map to map out where her constituency is, because there's more than one Oropoon, in case you don't know. 636-7547. Hello, good afternoon.
A hurricane. It's a tropical storm. Okay? Thank you.
We didn't hear that call. That call didn't come across very clearly. Call us back 636-7547, 227-5739. 5:15. So far, our warning for the tropical storm Gonzalo, it's located near latitude 10 degrees north, longitude 55 degrees west of the Caribbean. Hello, good afternoon.
Gentleman accused of telling the lady who to vote for, not to vote for. He didn't call in recent past year and accuse her of saying something wrong.
I don't know whether he called or I called. That have no impact on me. I will sleep well when the night comes. Yeah. At the end of the day, through this show, I know I have helped a lot of people.
You know that,
and I don't want to know who people vote for. Yeah, I was trying to guide the woman where she located. Because there's more than one Oropoon in Trinidad. Maybe he don't know that. Maybe he don't travel the country. He don't know his geography.
Yeah, let me ask you two things. Let me think. One, have you heard of a Trinidadian, any Trinidadian being sanctioned by the American DEA, they call it? DEA?
The DEA? No, I haven't.
And secondly, the hurricane or the storm.
Mm-hmm.
The last update, I didn't hear
tropical storm.
Is it hitting Trinidad?
Well, it is headed towards north of Trinidad, which would include Tobago. I said, according to the National Hurricane Center for Miami, tropical storm warning is in effect for Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tobago, Grenada, and its dependencies.
Right. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. And as the time goes by, I will continue to inform our listeners of any new warnings that have come up with the local Met office. I'm taking my information from the National Hurricane Center, which would concern the entire Caribbean. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Anne.
Hello.
Don't raise up your pressure.
No, he can raise my pressure. Better than him to do that.
When he can be like a good boy.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to help people here, and
exactly.
he say I can't tell the woman actually he can't tell me what to ask or what not to ask. He's not my boss.
Yeah, just cut him off.
Yeah, that's why I cut him off. He have no relevance.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. I know through this program I have helped many pensioners, many people who can't get their food cards, many people who cannot get water through their councillors and MPs, and I've helped them. Hello, good afternoon.
I again. Here is one. According to that storm, it will go tomorrow. Just a slight thing.
Well, you know, Tobago is very small.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Caller Tobago is very small, and we don't know how prepared they are. This data I read for you, it's coming from the National Hurricane Center. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Duki. You helped me a lot because I never knew Pune is in Central Coast Industry.
Well.
I listened to your conversation and I never agreed to who you voted for.
Exactly. I'm not interested in who the woman voted for. I was just trying to direct her.
Yeah. I know you told her with the UNC and with the PNM to go to them for help. The new ones, yeah. Okay, ma'am, thanks.
Thank you, sir. 636-7547, 227-5739. He said he was taken aback when I asked the woman who she voted for. When I asked her where in Oropun she's located, she couldn't say. She couldn't describe it to me. So I was trying to get some geographical information to guide her. Maybe the man, he don't know geography. 636-7547, or you could text me in on WhatsApp on 378. I see a couple messages coming in here on WhatsApp. 3784975. Welcome on board.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to tell you that concerning the conversation just now with the young man and yourself, you did ask the person, you were trying
In what
to help
context?
Her. Wait a minute.
In what context did I ask it?
Well, I'm trying to explain to you. You asked her who was the MP.
Yes.
She did not know. She did not know. Then you say, ma'am, well, who did you vote for?
Well, she
So you
must
did
know.
ask
Well, because
the
I was
question.
trying to
No,
guide
no,
her.
Right.
I was trying to guide her where Oropun is. Look, another caller calling and say didn't know Oropun was in St. Augustine. I was trying to guide her. I'm not interested to know who she voted for. I was trying to guide her. And the only way for her to call and get information is on this program. I was trying to guide her where Oropun is located, under which constituency. I'm not interested to know who she voted for. 636-7547-227-5739. But the big hullabaloo this man is making about this issue is not called for. Why you don't try and help the woman? So maybe you should try and see if you could help her get her food card and help her get help. See if you can help the man who called get his pension. Probably you could do that. As I was saying, the forecast for Trinidad and Tobago with the tropical storm Gonzalo, it is expected to move across the southern Windward Island Saturday afternoon or evening over the eastern Caribbean Sea on Sunday. Take note of that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, how you going?
Very well.
I ain't here in Miss Madras village at all, like we scare her away. Did I even not tell
You
her?
know,
Okay,
yesterday I was asking Mr. Maraj in studio that. I said, Miss
No, you what
Madras. Well, here now, boy, after I asked Mukesh Baburam what he did to her.
No, you happen, right? I asked Mr. Baburam that I tell him I'm going to look for her. So I asked him, I tell him I can give me my number off air. And so after that, where here she was again for the rest of the year, she that even me, she yesterday on your program.
Call her if I tell you something. Tuesday evening, Miss Madras, call and call. Now, I like the woman idea. And
No, I like her passion.
I like how her speak. She speaks passionate, I know.
I would like to see what she look like.
Oh my God. Well, if I tell you something, she called Mukesh Baburam program. And he said you have to hold her hand and walk in the sunset. Since that, I have never seen her calling again.
Yeah, well, we had this thing. We were that evening. We had a real call about twice.
That was
she called
Tuesday. That was
That was,
Tuesday.
she real called the program like about 3 times she called.
Yeah,
So
but
I
that's
said,
okay. The woman is passionate. She's passionate.
Yeah, no, I mean, what I was saying, if we get more people like that in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a better country, you know, because,
Of
you know,
course,
about the only talk, I know we do all that passion, and I know, Miss, and I think whoever gets in the power, right, we'll have to, the citizens will have to rise up and get together and hold the government to account. Because look, take for example, like this Petrochin deal, right? That have no right to be signing through at this point in time, you know? So close to the election. We don't know the plus and minuses that will have to our country. So how they can go and sign a deal so close? Even about that 6 months before the election at least, well, we could have time to examine something. Right now we have no time for examination, no parliament, and nobody could ask any questions. And you're going to sign off a deal like that. So I find that unfair to us as citizens to have that deal going through at this point in time. Yeah. Thank you. That's somebody else.
Okay, take care. It's 5:23. We have to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be winding down the program. Remember, at 6 p.m., Mukesh Baburam is on air. Just after the 6 p.m. news, that is. Miss Madras, if you are listening, people are missing you. You can always call in. People are wondering where you are. I know she's a farmer and she does a lot of farming. Probably she's busy with her farms. We will find out. Probably she will call in. Let us take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia. For all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters, and water pumps. Plus all parts for Gould, Pentax, and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton, and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM, a positive healing power. PNM, moving forward together. PNM, introducing Rishi, my brother.
All of we is one family. All of we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, we happy it was seen. And that is why we voted for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U975 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Welcome back to Politics 2020. Just after that short commercial break there, we missed some calls during the commercial break. Call us back, please. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ann.
Hi, Eric.
I hope you are hearing me clearly.
Very much.
Yeah, I missed this Margaret with you. Where did she go?
I have no idea. She haven't called me since Tuesday, Eric. I wonder if she went into
party and baking a cake.
She went into quarantine.
But anyway, you know, I've been listening to the complaint that persons are not seeing their counselor. Now, let me tell you something, Anne. Trinidad is a funny country, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very funny country, you know. Everybody in this world, everybody in this country want their member of parliament, their councillor to do something for them, and they just don't understand. A councillor is a part-time employee. You pay him $4,500 for the month. Why don't we make him full-time? Why don't we give him $20,000?
I had asked that when there was local government election, that this should be a full-time job.
Why don't we give him $20,000, which he deserves? I have said before, pay our representatives well, demand the best from them, and when they don't do it,
So
kick
that
them
they
out.
can deliver.
Yeah, precisely.
I had
I
argued that during the local government campaign, Eric.
A minister of government ought not to be a member of parliament. Those are separate.
I agree with
jobs and
that. It's a
enormous
separate
task.
job.
And you should pay a member of parliament no less than $60,000 for the month. Let him do his job. Let him take care of delinquency in his constituency. Let him ensure that there are more institutions of higher learning, productivity, new streams of commerce. Let him ensure that these things are done. And the fact is simply this. You're not paying the council well, but you want everything from the council. By the time you call, it's Tony you have to answer. Oh, God. So you see, I tell you, Trinidad and Tobago is a very funny
It's a
country,
difficult
right?
set of
And
people
the
to please.
The minute the legislators try to raise their salary, they say, what do they want money for? They don't do nothing. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They have expense just like you. They have children to send to university. They have mortgages to pay. All kind of different things. And they have to get the money from somewhere. And you know something, Anne? The fact that we do not pay our representatives well, we make them
Hello, Eric, are you there?
them and tell them,
Yes.
let us cook up something here. All right? And next thing you know, they make a deal and they get some money from some contractor. Make them easy pay for that. So we need to pay our representatives well.
Of course.
Pay them well and demand the best from them. And when they
It's
don't do
only
what they're
then we
supposed
can
to
get
do,
service.
precisely, kick them out. You know? Just want to leave you that out. Have a nice
Okay.
morning. Have a nice evening.
A nice weekend until Sunday.
Miss Madras Road, where are you? We missed
Miss
you.
Madras Road, yes, I miss her too.
Bye.
Sunday, Eric, Sunday on 10 to 1.
Okay, I hear you.
Right, don't forget, listeners, Sunday on 10 to 1 when Vaid Seram will join me from just about 10:30 a.m. I will be kick off the program from 10 a.m. on Sunday, that is 10 to 1. 10 to 1 is murder. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi again. I come like Miss Madras. Hey, what number?
Hello, you miss
I
her?
like Eric's strategy. In other words, you don't vote for this election. Next time you could take them out of the one. I like strategy pushing.
Okay. Okay, take care. Miss Madras, if you are listening, many people are asking, where are you? You know, I wondered that myself yesterday, and I may have to do some inquiry and investigation into her. Hello, good afternoon.
They know what they pay was before they pay the $5,000 to pay one seat.
Yes?
They know what they pay was before they get in there. So you can't say because you pay small, they go thief.
He didn't say they must thief, you know. He said to let it be a full-time job so that they could
Saying
deliver.
that when you don't pay them properly, they're going to cook a deal. What you're going there for, if you know that salary is not enough for you, what you're going there for? You're saying you're going to serve the people.
Well, this is the excuse that they go into office with. That they want to
Exactly.
serve
So
the
if
people.
that salary not good enough, don't go there. Let people who really want to serve this country go up there. Don't make no excuse for them. If they're a
true.
thief, they're thief.
True.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. It's just about 5:32. We have a little adjustment to do here in studio, but I'll be right back to wind down the program. I'll be winding down the program in about 2 minutes' time. Let me take a short commercial break so Shiva can make some adjustments here with the camera in studio.
Bakers, doubles vendors, and roti makers. Try our high-quality unbleached bromate-free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg, and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited, 665-3336, or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items,
Visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
You 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
It's Yummy Tummy Time with Ermi. Join me Mondays to Fridays at 9:30 a.m. and get tasty and exciting recipes. Learn to create dishes and much more right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Yummy Tummy with Ermi.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U97.5 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
Well, I hope all is well now. Shiva, all is well with the cameras, I suppose. We are live on YouTube, listeners, on RCLU 975. And if you have missed any part of this program, you can always go there. Remember, on Sunday, we have 10 to 1 with myself, yours truly, and Aved Siram, our in-house financial and economic expert, will be joining me in studio, where we will be discussing the politics of the day and, of course, our economic status of Trinidad and Tobago. Coming up at 6 p.m., just after the 6 p.m. newscast, is Mukesh Baburam, who will attempt, I just spoke with Mukesh there, just outside the studio, and I asked him what did he do to chase Miss Madras away. He will have to attempt and find her back. We have to locate her. Miss Madras, if you are listening, do feel free to call us. I hope everything is well with you. 20 minutes before the top of the hour, before we wind down this program, let us hear Kurt Allen, one of the more popular political calypsos.
I visited Parliament chambers, witness and obstruct, a bang, of only politicians, rate their performance and style, talent and endurance, a bang, of parliamentarians. Politics that encourage hate, making good folks speak, bridges replaced by gates. Nurturing racism, prejudice and tribalism, multiculturalism, Amagism from the UNC and the PNM, COP in the political symphony. It's a symphony with the TOP, MSJ and JAC in the political symphony. It's a symphony. Stop taking it cool. Don't be played for fool. They're using race as a tool to divide, conquer, and rule. Justify their bull. The race can they always pull. vocalist have sore throat. Keyboard is playing wrong note. Make this bang of serial politicians. Their lyrics not rhyming. Some have no sense of timing. This bang of parliamentarians. Say people for the bubblists, promoting the cause of justice. Our democracy at risk. When this section called to the fore, music rock to the core. Who arranged the score? So impure. The UNC and the BNM and the COP. Political symphony. So symphony with the TOP, MSJ and JAC&D. Political symphony. So symphony. Corruption rebuff. Say enough is enough. The system will always fail. It's the big fish that make it jail. No integrity, no morality. Blackmail, cabal, and insight. Some playing rock chord for spite. This band of notorious politicians. While Dr. Kublal singing is noise making and booing from this band of parliamentarians. Like a cult pushing one head, singing songs of heartless and dread, wishing for people to dead. With a big greater crowd audience, complimentary to cause disturbance and striking performance. Arrogance. UNC and the BNM, COP and D. Political symphony. Symphony with TOP, MSJ and JAC&D. Political symphony. Check out the crime rate, the violence inflate, the bandits see us as bait, yet they telling us to hold faith. Every night is awake, how much more must we take? Uproar. Song engineers stop kicking. Can't you see that the mix need fixing? In this band of career politicians, focus on harmonizing, not chewing up and spitting. In this band of parliamentarians, friends and family with contract, billions did us extract, riding taxpayers back. PR and marketing plan, covering lies and deception, bamboozling the Dan population. The UNC and the BNM and the COP and the political symphony. So symphony with the TOP, MSJ and JAC&D. Political symphony. So time to clench your fists, stand up and insist. We can't continue like this. We'll end up in a crisis, Lord. The power of the world, let your voices be heard. Well, we have to repair the speaker.
That's Kurt Allen with Political Symphony. You know, he's an emoji there. Sinphony, SIN-PHONY. A different version of symphony. It's a political calypso. And from now until elections, we will be playing some of these political calypsos throughout the show Politics 2020. I don't know how much of it you know or have missed. Particularly Chalkdust is one person that often features in political calypsos. It's 15 minutes before the top of the hour. In 5 minutes, I will be winding down the show to make way for 6 p.m. newscast, as well as for Mukesh Baburam. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
I just want to compliment you on the way you conduct your program. It's since the last host, and two, I can see that Jack Warner really has got an eye for talent. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I don't worry when non-entities try to attack me. And they post one set of things on the chat, I just delete them. They don't make a difference in society. Really. To work for a man like Mr. Warner, well, you have to be good. It's 636-7547-227-5739. I know through my job what I do. I know at the end of the day I rest and sleep comfortably that I help people. I help a lot of people, whether in studio or out of studio, to help them whether they can reach their counselor, whether they can reach their member of parliament, whether they can get a water supply, get a food card, get help in any way. I feel good that I can help them. That is what brings joy to me at the end of the day in the program that I do, and that is why I do it. That is what encourages me to be a journalist every day. I don't just do it for the name and fame and to have my picture up there and to have my name up there. I do it to help people. And I know at the end of the day, when I have helped someone and make them happy and make them more comfortable, I thank God for that. I thank God that I can live comfortable and I can reach out and help someone. You could always call me in when you have your problems on 636-7547-227-5739. My job is that of an investigative reporter, investigative journalist, and I have went a long way to help many people resolve their problems. Okay, and thank you to Shiva Paris Ram for having us on YouTube on RCLU 975. If you have missed any part of this program, you can catch it there. Also, we are streaming live on Facebook on 975 Multicultural Radio. And remember, listeners and viewers, on Sunday we have 10 to 1 with a very special person in studio with us, Mr. Ved Ziram, our financial expert, former CEO of Citibank, who have made, you heard from the last program with him, he have made several things he have done to improve the financial sector of Trinidad and Tobago, which is implemented today by many banks. And many people do not know that he's the person who have invented it. Okay, indeed, he is a very humble person, and I am indeed humbled to be in his company. He will be joining me Sunday on 10 to 1. And if you have missed that clip yesterday with Mr. Satmaraj dealing with NIS, you can catch it on YouTube on RCLU 975. It's there on YouTube and on Facebook, on my Facebook page as well, where he have given a tremendous amount of advice to pensioners, to workers, to people who are not receiving their NIS. And they can always reach him on his cell phone or his office, and he's always willing to help. He related to me after the show that it gives him also a great pleasure that he could go out and help people, help the poor and needy out there. It's 10 minutes before the top of the hour. Let me say to our listeners to be careful, stay safe. Remember to keep your radios on and listen to all our updates on the tropical depression that is forming, that is expected to hit north of Trinidad which obviously directly will include Tobago. Have yourself a wonderful evening. God bless you.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not